Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. If you've watched the Lakers this season, then you would know the team has struggled for fluency in the third quarter of games. But they were all right on Sunday, scoring 30 points in that third section, 6 more than the Spurs in a 114-106 win. Anthony Davis put up 34 points and 15 rebounds to lift the Lakers after a dismal showing against the Timberwolves in their previous game.
Talen Horton-Tucker making his season debut for the Los Angeles Lakers as they take on the San Antonio Spurs in afternoon action. Carmelo Anthony getting his first start for the purple and gold in the first quarter. Anthony Davis, how about this? Just throws it to himself right off the backboard. Give him the bucket. Sure, rebound, assist, why not? Anthony Davis getting it done. Then Talen Horton-Tucker. Yeah, there's Anthony Davis again throwing it down. Russell Westbrook finds, you guessed it, Anthony Davis for the three. Lakers up by 2 at that point. Malik Monk gets it to, you're starting to notice a theme here, Anthony Davis for the jam. Then Wayne Ellington passes to Davis for another dunk. Anthony Davis, a monster day. 34 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Lakers up at the half by 5. To the fourth quarter we go. Drew Eubanks finds Keldon Johnson for the three-pointer, and that goes down, and San Antonio is right in this thing. Then it's Eubanks to DeJounte Murray for another three-pointer. Then it's Murray to Doug McDermott, looking for 3 more, and check the score. It's a one-possession game after this. Keldon Johnson had 24 points on the game. How would the Lakers respond? Was THT driving in for the layup, and then Melo getting the three-pointer for the purple and gold as LA hangs on to win by 8. Your final score in this one, 114-106.
Type of jewels that make them call you Carmelo, Lil Wayne, swagger like us. Playing in his season debut after a thumb injury ruled him out of the previous 13 games, 20-year-old shooting guard Talen Horton-Tucker contributed 17 points on 50% shooting from the field. This is what the third-year guard said after starting on his season debut.
I'm just getting better now. They were telling me if I felt like I was going to re-injure my thumb, or if I felt any way like that, I shouldn't play. So I wasn't really thinking about my thumb when I was out there. I was just trying to play. I was trying to block shots with my right hand, doing everything. So just being able to, just play with a free mind and not worry about that was great for me to have tonight.
Talen Horton-Tucker, the fade looks kind of throwback, but he's not been in action since the start of the season, so I'll ease him up on that one. Joining us now is our NBA analyst, Alister Albert. Alister, welcome back to the program, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Good. Let's talk about the LeBron problem. Let's run some numbers first, and I'll ask you to analyze. 37 years old. In 2019, he played only 45 regular season games, and then you know what happened to him after that. After that was the championship season, and then last season he played 55 regular season games, the high ankle injury limiting him. But in the games that he's played for the Lakers this season, he's averaging 37.1 minutes. That is the 7th highest number of minutes of any player in the NBA. But the other 6 men who are above him in terms of minutes played are all under 30 years old. Are the Lakers partly responsible for LeBron being so increasingly injury-prone, you believe, or is the great man who's doing it is?
It's a very good question. I think it's a bit of both of them kind of working in tandem, with the management and the coaching of the Lakers, and also LeBron himself. I think LeBron prides himself on being able to play as much as possible. Of course, there's a lot of load managing going on in those last couple of seasons. You mentioned he hasn't played many games, and of course there's been the injuries and everything. But whenever he's able to play and eligible to play, he wants to play the bulk of the minutes. Now, the thing about it is, if LeBron is available to play, the stats of the teams winning are excellent. In 1,316 games that he's played throughout his whole career from 2003 to now, they won 66% of those games. That's 873 games. So, you know, the chances of the team finding success with LeBron on the court is just a lot more exponentially. When he's not playing and he's not on the court, 126 games played, the record is 45 and 81. So having LeBron on the court versus without is just not good. So that also adds to that conversation about the minutes played, because once he's on the court, he just wants to give the most that he can. Although we see those moments where he takes off on defense, he probably doesn't put too much emphasis on certain plays, and, you know, gets a bit lackadaisical at times, and, you know, he's been criticized for that quite a bit. But, you know, it's a bit of him wanting to prove that, you know, he's kind of surpassing Father Time. And also, I think the Lakers not really having much of a choice, because when he's not there, the team doesn't do very well.
Yeah, but at 37 though, Alister, you would agree that injuring muscles and re-injuring muscles and injuring them and re-injuring them at 37, you won't be able to do what you were able to do at 25, which is to carry injuries through basketball games. And that's why age becomes a factor. So you touched on it just now, but given that fact that I just spoke, well, at least I think it's a fact, don't know if you agree, are the Lakers now, the composition of that team, I know that there are trading opportunities to come for the rest of the season, but do the Lakers have now, you believe, on their books, the kind of team that can allow a 37-year-old with so many miles on the clock to load manage and still be effective? Or based on the way they are set up now, or they are rostered, he has to give you 30-plus minutes a night to increase their win percentage?
And that all comes down to Frank Vogel and him being able to manage the times. And I don't think, to that point of LeBron having to play 37 minutes every night, I don't think he's managing the team very well. Because when I look down the roster, I was looking at the minutes played by quite a lot of people. Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan have only played, 14 minutes a game. Rajon Rondo, who was brought in again to be a playmaker to take the ball out of LeBron James's hands, is only averaging 17 minutes a game, but he's been a bit in and out and injured, but there's also been some coaches' decisions where he hasn't played. So Frank Vogel, to me, it shows that he hasn't trusted a lot of players and putting them in the game to kind of relieve some of that tension on LeBron. So you're right. I think he's 37 years old now. LeBron's game is shifting quite dramatically, and, you know, the whole Father Time thing is a fallacy, because now he's averaging 8.2 3-pointers a game. You know, that's the highest in his career by far, and it's him taking his game away from going in and trying to preserve his body and taking all those logo frees and all that sort of thing. So that's him trying to manage his minutes and his body in the game. But, you know, it's down to Frank Vogel to kind of find the combinations, use Carmelo more. That's what he was brought in there for. Use DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard a little more, and, you know, try to find a cohesive mix of players that could produce for you on the court.
Yeah, I listened to you and you mentioned players about using them more. I didn't hear you mention Russell Westbrook. How has Russell Westbrook cost this Lakers team, especially with the number of turnovers that he's having night after night?
The Lakers are second worst in the league in turnovers. They're 29th in the league, averaging 17.2 turnovers a game. The team who is worse than them is Houston. And Houston has a really young team and coached by Stephen Silas, and, you know, they're not really doing very well. And that's kind of excusable. It's not good, but it's excusable for that sort of team of rookies and young players coming in. For a veteran team like this to be averaging so many turnovers, it's not great. Russell Westbrook is averaging 5.4 turnovers a game. That's he's tied his career high for the most turnovers he's had in a season, equaling what he did in his first triple-double season in OKC. So he is trying to do too much. He's trying to, you know, exert himself and assert himself on the game. But, you know, there's a lot of basketball IQ plays that are just not coming through and affecting him in the turnovers. But also, you know, LeBron is also averaging 4.2 turnovers as well. So it's a collective thing with a team where, you know, they're just not protecting the ball very well. But Russell Westbrook, you know, he's missed a triple-double. Everybody knows that. But with those triple-doubles, you kind of see that turnovers are part of the territory as well. For the last 5 seasons, he's been averaging at least four turnovers a game. So he needs to kind of just calm things down, and also when LeBron comes back, it kind of takes the ball a little bit away from him as well, and his turnovers start to go down as well. So they need LeBron James back on the court in a very, very bad way to kind of limit Russell Westbrook's turnovers and also for the team to just run better.
Small amount of time left. Big question. Is it true, Alister, you'd agree, that for the first time, even a fit LeBron James is not among the 5 very best players in the NBA right now?
Wow.
All right, three. The 3 best. 5 maybe stretching it. 3.
5 is stretching it. Top 3, no. I think he's out of there. And I think when you put his age into it, you know, you have to take that into account. His age is something that, you know, it's something you can't escape. And, you know, we've been seeing the constant re-injuries now, an abdomen injury after doing a reverse dunk on a fast break, the groin injury that he's had. You cannot depend on LeBron to play an 82-game season at all or anything close to that. So you cannot put him up there where you know, availability is one of the key things in a basketball for the season. So I wouldn't put him in the top 3 right now, but I'll keep him in the top 5 because his impact when he's there is still very high, and I think he deserves that respect. Top 5.
Some tea bags, if you reuse them, they're still strong. All right. Thank you very much, Alister. We'll talk again.
That's it.
Good. That's the NBA segment. Break Time Interactive next.